approach entrepreneurship with is you gotta be able to have faith in your vision and your idea and be willing to risk it all whether it works out or not, because your family deserves what could happen if it does work.
Right.
Yeah. So, any other thoughts? And I want you to talk about. I know your daughter was here. Talk a little bit more about some of the companies your children own and what's next for you and your tribe.
Sure. My daughter, you heard from her earlier. She's 8 years old. The inception of her company came as a result of her being taken from her school by a defects worker, by misidentified. So when they picked her up, she was missing for like 3.5 hours before I actually located her. As a result, she was so terrified and shaken, we had to figure out a way that we could help her with a coping mechanism. So we launched a business, and I remember at night, she just cried. And she said, Daddy, I don't want this to happen to anyone again. So we started a business, which was a locket business, a safety locket business. It has the child's name, the contact information, the school, parent information, and those start selling pretty good. And she see how we run businesses as a household, so she saw that money is a good thing. And remember, she made her first little piece of cash, and she said, Daddy, can I make it rain one time? So I said, make it rain one time, and then collect it, and we're going to the bank. And her company then segued into apparel line, where she has boy and girl clothing, her lip balm, body creams, and most importantly, she always wanted baby dolls that looked like her, something that reflected kings and queens that we are. So she has her own signature line of baby dolls. She has 5 now in the collection. They have natural hair. They have features that look.
Where's my daughter at? Where is London Jay?
Your wife took her.
She needs to be in here. Go ahead.
So she started that company, and now she's speaking, doing big events. My 7-year-old son, his name is Caden, he would always come in the room and say, Daddy, did you know? And some things he would ask me, like simple stuff, I was like, well, of course I knew that. But then one day he came in the room, he said, Daddy, do you know what hydrochloro something is? And I was like, yeah, you tell me though, what is it? And he said, well, it's an absorbent material that's used in products like diapers. So I was like, pretty good. So I grabbed my phone and I Googled it real quick. I said, wow, he's right. So every day he would come in the room and he would say, Daddy, did you know? So I said, you know what, you need to start a tutorial. So he started a YouTube channel of just information, tidbits. He's real good at STEM programs. So he would do a lot of tutorials on engineering, electrical stuff, and just the knowledge that he knew. He actually tapped into the school system computer. And he told me he don't know how he did it. I don't know how he did it, but somehow he did it, and I don't ask any more questions. So I'll probably get a knock at the door one day. But he started segueing it, and he actually likes to read my business books. So he started learning things about finances. So he created his own financial, with the help of his mom and I, my wife and I, we started financial flashcard series. So the first one he did was on banking. It had terms like dividends, return on investment, collateral, just different things like that, to where he started learning about finances. And he just recently launched his second card series, which are on real estate. So he's going into the real estate terms. I mean, these are terms that when you're taking your real estate exam, you should know every last one of them. And he has been in events as well with his sister. And a lot of times the adults come to him and say, well, these are financial cards, but they're probably for kids. So he'll challenge them. And he'll say, well, sir, ma'am, if you can tell me, I pulled 10 random cards, and if you can give me a definition of all of them in a reasonable response, you have to buy my card. And oftentimes the adults have to buy the cards. So that's his business. He actually just launched a TV deal with a leasing company, where they actually use his cards, and he had to come up with a new set of cards, which are used in the house before buying real estate. So those are going to be exclusive to that lending company.
There we go.
Should
we do a joint venture, some Tulsa cards here?
Those are the real estate cards. Those are his newest ones.
Okay.
And
can we open this?
Sure.
All right.
Sure.
Let's see. Let's do some Daddy Did You Know financial cards. Let's see what we got. Eugene, you're my guinea pig.
Uh-oh.
All right. This one's too hard. I ain't gonna give you that one. I ain't gonna set you up like that. Let's see. All right, here we go. What is the borrower? What's the technical name of a borrower in a mortgage agreement?
The borrower in a mortgage agreement would be the lender, the borrower, mortgage holder.
Close.
The borrower, the one who has the money, or who needs the money. I don't know.
Mortgagor.
Mortgagor. Okay.
Yes. So I want to explain this to our audience.
And to me. Thank you, King.
And to you. All right. Here's how I learned it, and I want to teach you all. I actually do know a few things, despite what they say online. The mortgagor, right? So whenever you have a lendor or lendee or mortgagee, this is how I learned it. In a mortgage is not the payment to the bank. That's a payment. A mortgage is actually the contract with the bank, right? So that's why it says a mortgage agreement, a contract. So whoever is giving the contract is the give-or, right? Which is why it's a mortgagor. You as the borrower, you give the contract, you give the bank the contract, which says, hey, I agree to take this money from you, and if I don't pay you back, you can take my house, right? So the borrower is the mortgagor because you're the give-or of this contract. And the bank is the mortgagee, right? So think receive. So the bank is the mortgagee because it receives the contract. So whenever you see a mortgagee or mortgagor, it's the or is the giver and the E is the receive or recipient party. So that was it. All right. Let's see if we're gonna do one more. King Avery. All right, here we go. An account set up by your lender in order to pay your homeowner insurance and property taxes. Don't try to read through it either. All right.
An account set up by your lender.
Live stream, y'all can help him. He's on my live stream. Y'all can help him. An account set up by your lender in order to pay your homeowner insurance and property taxes.
It's not escrow, kind of.
Ding, 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 ding! Escrow account. All right. We're going to work out some deals with these cards. We're going to figure out something. I got some ideas. So, these are great. Daddy, did you know cards? Between Tulsa and JMA, I already told you that. We're going to work out a deal because we obviously believe in financial literacy and empowerment, and this is the missing sauce to us building generational wealth. If we were more comfortable in wealth strategies, wealth terms, financial terms, we wouldn't be so fearful,
Right.
and stepping out there and,
Take our foot off
taking
the
this,
pace.
taking advantage of these opportunities. So, fabulous idea. I have 3 ideas actually specifically where we can actually partner and help you guys to build that. Maybe, who knows?
Sounds good.
I'm an entrepreneur.
Sounds good.
But any last thoughts you want to tell them where they can find you, your children, your businesses, our audience tonight?
Yes, my Instagram is Sean J. Harris 1. My website is SeanJHarris.com. My daughter's business is klockproducts.com. That's KLOCK products.com. And my son's website is daddydidyouknow.com. And same thing on YouTube. And just one thing in closing I always want to recommend to people is just don't be afraid. Take some of this money that we're spending on expensive shoes that's not giving us return on investment and invest that. A nice pair of tennis shoes, the most popular tennis shoes that most people get, you guys know what I'm talking about. Take that same money and start an LLC. Start a business. Start an LLC for your kids at any age, but don't go past 12 years old without having an LLC. Establish your good credit. Establish good business credit. You got good business credit, your personal credit will come along with that. Then put your kids on the credit as authorized users. Don't give them a card, but put them on as authorized user to get them in a position where they are now establishing credit. So when they're 16 or 18 years old, they now have choices. If If you ask my son right now, he's 7 years old. Caden, what's your goal before you turn 20? Nice and loud.
It's to own a multi-family unit.
That's his goal before he turns 20. So again, instead of handing our kids keys to a car at 16 or 18 years old as a birthday gift, why not hand them keys to property?
Right.
Even if it's just a single family unit, a multi-family unit. But let's give them something that they can have as an income producing asset. You know, instead of getting the car. See, here's one thing too. A lot of times people want to go out and just go get a car. But a better option is to get
A
income
rental
producing
property
asset.
and let
There
that
you go.
property pay for
Pay
the
for the
car.
car, and then after you pay for the car, you still have the property as the income producing asset. But so many people think backwards. It's like they want that immediate, gratification instead of having delayed gratification.
Because it's easier to have immediate gratification.
It's much easier.
But it doesn't build generational wealth.
Exactly.
Well, no, we definitely thank you for that. One thing you said that kind of stuck with me, when you talk about fear, people are scared of a business, scared of investing in real estate. What if it fails? What if it... So, outside of saying what if it doesn't fail, that's the easy answer. But if you're concerned about failing as an entrepreneur or a real estate investor or a business owner, consider this. If you don't attempt to own real estate or own income producing assets or businesses, you've already failed. So you can try to be an entrepreneur or real estate investor and potentially fail, or potentially succeed, or you can not do those things and fail anyway. You've already failed. If you don't acquire income producing assets, businesses, or investments, or real estate assets for your family, you've already failed your family without even trying. So I think it's better that we educate ourselves. I think that's an important part. Learn. I told a client today, what I've learned coming into real estate is just new lingo. It's new vocabulary. The rest is common sense. Just learn the vocabulary. Learn what it means and how you maneuver it, and it gets easy at that point. And so, you know, hopefully Sean and his children, his family, the Harris family, can be an example to you others out there. This is something that Ernestine and I talk heavily about in regards to building out the Morrison legacy. Something I'm working on with my daughters as well, building their credit, entrepreneurship, owning real estate assets, putting your children on your LLCs, piggybacking credit, etc. These are not complicated things. They're just foreign to us because the school systems in which we come from have intentionally held this information from us. And unless you have a parent who's knowledgeable and willing to share it with you, you'll miss out. Or unless you get some kind of secondary training with coaches, mentors, or schools like the Jay Morrison Academy, or purchase some really cool flashcards to educate you as well. So, Sean, I appreciate you so much for spending time with us. It's like our third time seeing each other.
Yes.
You've been great. Your family's been great and gracious. Please hold me accountable and us accountable to seeing where we can collaborate and partner on the flashcards or any of your other endeavors. I do have some specific ideas that we can possibly help each other.
Sounds good.
So we're always into collaborating. That's part of working on your business.
Yes.
When you're not caught up in a weed, you can free your mind up to be creative and think about the angles and opportunities out there in order to continue to grow revenue. And so, again, it was a pleasure interviewing and talking with you. I hope you guys got a lot of value.